Well, hello everybody. I'm Agnosaur2 and today we're going to be talking about something a little bit crazy. Throne of Lies, the game I used to play a lot, and then got banned from for a year and stopped playing because, I couldn't actually play the game and there's all sorts of hoo-ha. Let's not go into that. But it's going free to play. Right on the heels of a few months ago, Town of Salem having to go pay to play to stop the great bot infestation. Just so everyone knows what that is, Town of Salem had a situation where basically bots would ravage the online browser version, gain tons and tons of accounts, and ruined games by going in and just saying I am a bot and not doing anything. Why this happened, we could never really explain. Maybe somebody got annoyed at them. I mean, there are plenty of reasons to be annoyed at the Town of Salem developers, some that I've documented in this channel before, but I digress. Throne of Lies, a sort of lesser known social deduction game on Steam, which has gone through lots and lots of generous sales and generous free weekends and hasn't ever really gathered the attention, mostly because of a lot of negative press to do with reviews that the developer has responded to incessantly all the time, but apparently that's changing now, so that's nice. But pretty much everything has, well, gone the other way. They're going free to play, which means that all the reviews that people give can no longer be judged for being, attacked by developers, shall we say? Sorry, I was just looking for the word there. But yeah, let's get into the meat and potatoes of what's going on here. So it says December 18th, Throne of Lies is going free to play, which is great. Great idea. The population for this game has been suffering for a long time. It hasn't been picked up by YouTubers like SR Group or some others very long. It did get played a fair bit before, but unfortunately due to lack of players in the general area, I don't think that it ever really got much coverage outside of, say, a few videos in the last year or so. But let's see. Continuing our commitment to no loot boxes, no pay to win, as you should. I mean, even Town of Salem wouldn't bite that bullet. This means many exciting things such as lower queue times. Well, yeah, if it's free to play, you'll get in a lot more people who would just click on the game and get into it. I know the game's made in Unity. It's not very graphically intense, so people can get in very well. That's a good thing. New faces. I believe that means that they're adding in new people to the player pool instead of the same people playing with each other. Like this game has a die-hard core of people who just play it non-stop. I've seen people on here with gameplay times of 4,000 hours over the last 3 years. It's absolutely mad. Better support for off-peak time zones. We love you too, as EU and Aussie players. Well, as an EU player, I endorse this sentiment quite a bit. More game time for us Brits, please. As we grow, I want to thank all of our veteran players that helped us reach this point. That's all of the people who have spent gazillion years on the game. I mean, you can see down here, 37 players on at the moment. I mean, obviously it's 5 AM my time, but the peak amount of people on this game at the moment has been something like 80 in the last few days. Clearly, this is a good option going free to play. We'll be tossing our premium players the exclusive veteran title, thank you. That'll be the first title to stand out by more than just words. But I have a count title. I'm one of the only counts on this entire thing. Let me see. Yeah, me and Dooku. Dooku's been around for ages. He was a fun guy back in the day. As well as the exclusive veteran avatar. We urge our current veterans to take advantage of the premium gold floor prices before we switch over. Gold floor items are ridiculously generous now, even if not free to play. I probably should have still raised these prices. I don't understand what you're saying by this, man. Weren't they just rewards for in-game stuff? But I guess maybe there's sort of a thing of hey, maybe we should have put up prices because people were getting them too easily. I guess that makes a lot of sense. Claim 1000 GP shortly after free-to-play relaunch by simply pre-registering with your email here. Okay. I think they want an email list so they can, like, throw their patch notes directly into your brains. Something I noticed even when I was banned on the game was I would get patch notes would pop up in the bottom right from Steam every single 5 seconds. And that'd be like, there are no local Throne of Lies girls in my area, go away. Something like that. But yeah, here's the really interesting pathing. Your golden retreat item stay. After pre-registering, be sure to update your email. If you skipped out an email during registration, blah 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 blah. Enjoy for some AMA. Right, so here's what isn't said on here. Is basically we had some talks in the chat afterwards, and they're going to be making it into a rather strange system where you have to play 50 in-game currency to get in, sort of like a mini arcade machine. And the idea on this is if you lose a game and stick around to the end, you get about 35 gold pieces back if you lose, but if you win, you get a bit substantially more. Now, here's the deal. Players who leave early get nothing. And it seems that players who leave early are going to have their gold amounts just completely vacuumed away by this lever bonus. So what they're doing here essentially, they're trying to make a free-to-play system where people are still encouraged to stay in games and help their teammates. You know, fostering an idea of currency being protected by you being proactive to your teammates. And I'm just thinking that this sort of system has potential to work if you can get it to work properly. I mean, obviously you're going to need to make gold important. You're going to need to have cosmetics that work. You're going to have things that gold can buy that are important. And you're also going to need to make sure that people are going to want to stick around in the game and keep on playing games, which means you're probably going to want a really solid game core, which frankly this game has always had, aside from its numerous amounts of random patches that just appear out of nowhere. I mean, that's always been a little bit of an issue with Throne of Lies, but not the worst issue. I could go into the issues with the Throne of Lies development for an entire, 40 minutes, I imagine. But, yeah, anyway. So, basically, game's going free to play. It's indoctrinating a new system that is, I think, maybe having shades of the Cullings attempt to, for some reason, getting people, but it's a lot more fair and possibly has a good side effect. It's like trying to foster people's behavior. Like, this is something that the dev at the moment, Xblade, has been doing for ages. He always tries to psychologically manipulate people into doing things, like, not really maliciously, just like behind the scenes, trying to tiptoe people to the right place that he thinks will help the game. And I mean, if you give people a reward for them showing that behavior, that's fine, because that's operant conditioning rather than negative conditioning, which is always good. The negative conditioning thing is bad. That's stuff like loot boxes, thanks EA. But basically, this is what's happening with Throne of Lies right now. They're going free to play and they're adopting this new system on December 18th. Do I advise that people check it out and see what happens? I feel like if this is the way they're going, which is different and could possibly be in a much better direction. I mean, I pointed out a problem of words being doctored into other words in game, which I was like, nah, that's not good. And I said that to them. I think that's bad, and they're apparently thinking about just getting rid of them, like I'd always wanted. So I was like, oh yeah, cool. And so now I'm making a video saying, hey, look at what's coming next. So yeah, optimistic. Maybe the game can be salvaged from the wreck it was due to the great staff divergence of 2018. But for now, yeah, Throne of Lies going free to play this Christmas. I think that's everything I can say by now. I hope that you had a good time watching, and I hope that this informs you a little bit. Anyway, cheers for coming. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.